You're the kind of lawyer guilty people hire.
Not the loquacious sort, are you?
We can't all be as blessed as you.
With our tri-rectangle graphic and Hamlindigo blue.
Whoa, back up. Hamlindigo blue?
Each week, we break down another Better Call Saul episode in order. This week, I've got 40 details you might not know in Season 1, Episode 4, Hero. We start back in Cicero in a scene that was added later because this episode ended up too short. This was a common problem in Season 1, as it turns out Bob's frenetic energy made the script pages go by faster than what the writers were used to in Breaking Bad.
Gotta work on it, bro.
All right, man.
The 6.5 minutes added here prevented it from being the shortest episode of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul ever at under 40 minutes.
You don't do it like in her ear.
No, you don't do it in her ear.
This actor, Kevin Weissman, played a guy who became invisible in an X-Files episode written and directed by Vince.
Let me try it again. Oh, yeah!
This is all part of the scam, as it's a signal for Marco to get ready. They're really in downtown Albuquerque, and the whole top part was digitally added.
Bro, I never did catch your name.
Saul.
Saul?
Saul Good, man.
There's the first time we hear that name, and I always felt like this was a bit of a retcon in that he didn't only choose the name to sound Jewish.
Check it out. What is that? It's gotta be at least $1,000 in here, man.
Is there an ID or?
Yeah.
Even as a fake ID, claiming to be issued in 91 means this flashback isn't much before last episode's flashback from 92. The name they chose, Henry Gondorff, is the con man from The Sting, and Luther is his partner. Their scam is an homage to this scam from the movie.
I just made the world's easiest $5,000.
It's also pretty hysterical that they chose 1970 as his birth year because that would make him 21 or 22 right now. It is an authentic looking 90s Illinois driver's license, although supposedly the number should have more digits, and these two digits should be 7 and 0 to match the birth year. But it's reasonable that Jimmy and Marco would get this wrong.
Who's this at?
I don't know, some fat guy. I'm thinking that one.
You all right? Would you answer me?
Answer this, you ball.
That continues a long tradition.
Wipe down this!
Pull this!
Restrain this!
Escalate this! Register this!
This guy right here is trying to help you.
Help yourself to some of this, you butthole.
We're not buttholes, all right? So stop saying that.
Butthole.
They chose Smoke on the Water because they found it easy to change the lyrics like this, but the band Deep Purple also has a song called Hush that begins with wolf howls. So consider these guys Deep Purple fans along with Rush, Peter Frampton, and the Grateful Dead, whose posters we see in Marco's place. And fittingly, Chicago playing in the background.
Hey man, what's your problem?
Kelly Dixon, the editor, claimed this scene was hard to edit because Marco kept singing in a different key each take. I'm surprised it mattered here, but she suggested that going forward they should have a pitch pipe on set.
A roundhouse kick you right in your stupid heads.
Marco's a great actor since he's not really drunk.
I'm keeping the money.
I got dibs on that watch.
What kind is it?
I don't know. It's just a watch.
It's a damn Rolex. You keep the cash, I'll just keep the watch.
Well, it's worth like $3,000, man.
$580, add that to the 1,000. It's more than half. Later, sucker!
Also, many of you corrected me that the bleach bypass effect used on flashbacks refers to skipping the bleach that would otherwise be used. Oops, now we all know. Thanks.
It's like a license to print money. I love watching you work.
Marco loves and respects Jimmy, but he kind of shuts him down here.
It's good for making beer money. That's about all.
This is all new footage, but based on Saul's drawer of phones from Confessions. One of the shots is backwards, made obvious by the AT&T logo, and here you can make out the Hello Kitty phone he'll give Jesse. There it is, right on top, motion picture money. And the serial numbers on the 100s is the familiar one we've seen before. On the 10s, you can also make out motion. One thing they deserve props for is using period-specific prop money as new bills were introduced after 2002. Also, many of you had good theories on the realistic-looking prop money from last episode. The backs were probably blank, and it's possible they were larger than normal bills and even a different color.
Please, okay, no one has to know.
The cops are investigating this as a kidnapping. They already rounded up some poor suspect.
We can't just go back. They'll crucify Craig.
Kim Wexler is very good. She'll make it work.
Yeah, what about the money? If she knows about it, she'll tell.
Like they say in Silicon Valley, it's not a bug. It's a feature.
It's a feature, not a bug.
I know, he's not talking about the show, but it still works.
What we have right here is the mother of all bargaining chips.
We are not giving this back. Craig earned it.
I worked weekends,
Yep.
holidays, all unpaid.
unpaid.
That's what this is about,
Yep.
right?
Fairness. Not just what's legal. Slavery. That used to be legal.
Yeah, this is right up there with that.
There's another good shot.
Please.
I can't take a bribe.
I don't take bribes from strangers. Better safe than sorry. That's my motto.
Also, is it at all possible that last episode's puzzle purposely was encrypted foreshadowing of this moment? I say no, but that would be incredible.
I can't take a retainer.
You're not our lawyer.
Well, not yet. I know that HHM is shiny and I'm like a kitty lemonade stand trying to compete with Walmart.
And that one's also a metaphor.
You're full of colorful metaphors, aren't you, Saul?
Who found you? I don't see Howard Hamlin ruining his $300 Gucci loafers out here.
Whereas Jimmy wears a loafer held together with a paperclip. We'll eventually see that.
If you're with me, you're my #1 client.
Craig constantly doing the opposite from Betsy was not scripted.
Why not?
You're the kind of lawyer guilty people hire.
I'm not adding to the counter since it's the same scene, but that's such a clear shot. There's July 3rd, 2014, even though we're in 2002.
Did it make the paper?
Did what make the paper?
The Kettleman's. Looks like you called it.
Yeah.
Camping. Can you believe it? Not the loquacious sort, are you?
We can't all be as blessed as you.
Well, thanks for your help. If you ever need any assistance, I believe I did more than what you asked of me. That would make us square.
They decide to go camping right after I run my little offer by you. Somebody warned them.
Uh-oh, Nacho's pretty smart.
You ratted on me. There will be consequences.
The neighbor ID'd you. You were sloppy. Not to mention the blood in your van. You gave them probable cause out the wazoo.
He makes good points. Nacho, exit. And yes, Howard works well here too. He took the bribe.
Elite tier.
Hand wax for you today?
$950 an hour. $19,000 plus $1,000 for travel expenses. Consulting fees, $1,500.
And the Black Explorer? Well, of course, we could shampoo your floor mats, but really, deluxe detailing is the best bang for your buck.
There's a glimpse of for motion picture use only. The song Battle Hymn of the Republic is significant because it plays in Saul's waiting room in 2 episodes of Breaking Bad. It's almost like the music is telling us this is the beginning of Saul.
Upon this rock, I will build my church.
That's a Bible reference. Matthew 16:18.
Double-breasted or single, sir?
Single.
R.I.P. Paul Jeffrey.
Sea Island cotton with a white club collar and French cuffs.
I have the very thing.
What is he up to?
I'll be right back. Some coffee, David?
Okay, we saw this in Breaking Bad with Marie's therapist, but here's the second Dave in Better Call Saul, with the first being the assistant DA in episode 1.
So you think, Dave?
This shirt reminds people of Gus, but he never wore that tie. It is close to Saul's outfit from some of his commercials, though. He's really drawn to those bright colors, but now's not the time for that.
Strawberry Fields Forever?
That's a Beatles reference, and conceived by writer Jennifer Hutchison as a nod to her dad, who's a huge fan. Hopefully the colorful references counter will cover future ones.
No, it's way more Sassafras Club.
Use your eyes. Strawberry Fields Forever.
The writers came up with all these hair color names, 40 total.
Maybe Rhapsody in Blonde.
You're wrong, you see.
Big deal. We'll wash it out in the morning.
It's bleach. It doesn't wash out.
What? We'll Photoshop the color. Change of plan, ladies. I want to go with a simple curling iron job. Ringlets, on top. Like Tony Curtis in Spartacus. Stop talking about it. Make me beautiful already.
You've reached the law offices of James M. McGill, Esquire.
The Thing is playing downtown on Saturday. Thought you might be up for some Kurt Russell action.
They worked in a Kurt Russell reference in part because he's a big Breaking Bad fan. The Thing is also relevant because it takes on the appearance of its victims, which is exactly what Jimmy's doing to Howard.
Bye.
How goes it?
Craig and Betsy really put us in a corner with the police. If it's okay with you, I think I should try to talk them into hiring a PR firm.
Mm-hmm.
He's so clearly not listening.
So okay on the PR firm?
Do you have a minute? Take a ride with me.
Take a drive with me.
Take a drive with me.
Okay.
A pork chop guy somehow spotted these cars from the future. A 2006 plus Impala, a 2008 plus Caravan, a 2009 plus Corolla, and a 2008 plus Escape.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You can just barely see the camera and crew reflected in the car.
I mean, that's my suit, right? Am I crazy here?
He's not crazy, but it's funny to hear him be petty about it.
What the hell is he thinking with this?
Originally, the billboard was going to be visible from Howard's office window, but it was too complicated. They put up this billboard for real, which means people in Albuquerque spotted it well before any episode aired. And as you probably guessed, you can call Jimmy at this number. Although the message was updated for a later season, so don't call it if you haven't finished the series. At the time, the message had Jimmy's fake receptionist.
Hello. You've reached the law offices of James M. McGill, Esquire, a lawyer you can trust.
So people were very confused as to why Saul was going to have a bad Irish accent in this new show.
You two are still friends, right?
I wouldn't exactly...
You talk, though.
Not really.
This isn't the third degree, Kim. I really don't care. I really don't care.
Do we believe him?
He's really forcing my hand here.
There's the debut of the University of American Samoa sweatshirt, which is a callback to Saul's diploma in Breaking Bad. They made a hoodie version and gave it to the crew as an end-of-season gift. That's very reminiscent of...
Come on, have a massage free of charge. Gotta try the foot bath too. Oh yeah.
All kidding aside, I found this comment very convincing. It is a noteworthy element to the show, kind of like the Waltas in Breaking Bad. This song wasn't released until 2011, 9 years in the future. Now these massage chairs are realistic, unlike the juiced up one in Felina. Although the truth is they were off for noise reasons, so at the end of the scene, Bob is moving himself to simulate being massaged.
Now relax, okay? Okay. You deserve a break today.
So come on in and get away to McDonald's. Deserve a break today. To McDonald's. Deserve a break today. To McDonald's. To McDonald's.
Is this cease and desist?
Yeah.
How pissed was he?
Well, his head didn't actually explode, but, you know, pretty damn pissed. Like, this won't end well for you, pissed.
How about that?
Jimmy, this is serious. Why are you making this personal?
It's not personal.
It is so personal.
It is personal.
It's right at Hamlin's exit. You know he drives by it every day.
He fired the first shot, okay? Trying to keep me from using my name.
Call me crazy, but I feel like you can see Bob's makeup here.
The next step is an injunction. You can't win this fight.
There are only so many fonts.
It, in concert with our tri-rectangle graphic and Hamlindigo Blue, constitutes a trademark brand identifier.
Whoa, back up. Hamlindigo Blue?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yikes. From the man dressed exactly like me. I feel like I'm in the mirror routine with Groucho Marx, like we should be standing, waving our arms at each other.
Howard's attempt at a colorful reference lacks color.
In addition, the name McGill appears in both logos.
You can't take my name from me.
This is Dawn Lewis, whose first name perhaps inspired her character's last name. You might recognize her from being Jaleesa on A Different World. She even co-wrote that show's theme song and was going to sing it, but they decided it would be too weird since she wasn't the star.
The name is not the problem here, Mr. McGill. You're actively copying their established brand for your own gain. The billboard must come down within 48 hours.
This is a classic David versus Goliath story.
He flips him the bird there.
I got a hot tip.
This is the only time the phone glows blue against his face. I don't think he's really on the phone.
You could be like the reporters that brought down Big Tobacco. Your viewers would be very, very interested. Sure. Okay.
All of these are fake numbers since they start with 1.
Lawyer pulls himself up by his bootstraps.
This shot is flipped backwards, and then they show it unflipped.
Okay.
No. Can't touch the goods. I signed the form, only I can touch the camera.
The camera guy's name is Joey Dixon, named after Peter's assistant and the editor of this episode. The actor Josh was on the verge of turning 35 here, so he joins the many actors in this show who are pretending to be much younger.
Widen the frame to include the billboard as the story. Is the billboard in?
Yes.
I like that on the first viewing, Jimmy's obsession with getting the billboard in the shot isn't suspicious.
You said 100 for 1 hour, not frickin' 3.
You're a real go-getter, you know that?
Go get this.
Here again, a pork chop guy found a 2010 plus Soul and a 2011 plus Durango.
Gravitas. I believe in service. It's what I've built my career on. I've also had a dream to own my own business.
Do you think him looking back is the cue? Although the guy doesn't seem to be looking.
Not 24 hours after my billboard went up, a large law firm came after me. I'm not giving up. Holy shit!
He maybe was a little overdramatic with his fall. Is anyone going to believe that a man just happens to fall like that?
Call 911!
Help me! Yeah, I just help me!
He's only 5 feet off the ground and the rest is a green screen effect. Hang on, what was that? It only appears on 1 frame. Could the sun really be hitting a tiny spot of shirt like that? Or is that a film? There were 2 cranes here, one for the camera and one for the safety wires that they digitally removed. You can see the stuntman here, who looks more like Dean Norris than Bob. Shots like this were done on a billboard replica that was only 12 feet off the ground in the studio lot.
Sir, I'm right here! Pull me up!
Half of this episode's 8-day shooting schedule is devoted to this scene. 3 days at the real billboard and 1 day here.
Took you long enough.
Now let's count this Breaking Bad character who briefly appeared in episode 2 as well. His name is Robert Williams, and in Breaking Bad he was one of the cartel henchmen who showed up at Golden Moth Chemical.
Not really a big fan of heights, let me tell you.
Can you believe this guy? This whole thing was a publicity stunt. It's gotta be. You don't think anyone's gonna actually buy this.
People love a hero.
I'm there. I'm just a guy.
You have 7 new messages.
You can see the camera reflected in Jimmy's watch, although only if you boost the exposure. The Patriots Don't Know Hernandez headline makes sense for 2014, but not 2002. They wrote this entire article, which is how we know Robert Williams' name. His mom, Evelyn, is probably the lady we saw with him who enabled that double Jimmy transition.
It's just showmanship, Chuck.
This shot is from outside the car, so I don't understand why there's a glass reflection here. Unlike the Albuquerque Journal, he's got reprints of the June 19th New York Times and the June 20th Wall Street Journal, which fits the story.
You're early. Did you? Yeah, I grounded myself.
I guess that counts.
I have 3 consults before lunchtime.
That's great, Jimmy.
The worm has turned.
That's a Shakespeare reference.
That's really great. To what do you credit this sudden change?
Well, I gotta admit, you were right. Do good work and the clients will come. I almost lost faith a couple times, but the worm has turned.
So the prosecutors then, referring clients.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew you had it in you. I don't see the journal here.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see it outside.
It's always out there.
I didn't see it. Maybe some kids grabbed it.
Chuck is not convinced by Jimmy's double The flashback in this episode and the last episode show why Chuck has trouble trusting Jimmy.
Because if there's one thing kids love, it's local print journalism.
I don't know what to tell you. You got a ton of reading material there.
They pumped smoke into the set for Chuck's house to help with the lighting. As a result, they'd have to take a 10-minute break every hour for health reasons.
I don't want to be late.
Good luck today.
Thanks.
Keep it up. Hard work looks good on you.
You know what that sound means? Okay, sure. It looks like they used a real 5 for this. I love that transition. And this transition is diabolical. Congratulations and thanks to North, El Guapo Gato, Paul Blanchard, Simon, Panauthentic, Anderson Deus, Leo, Nate, Tucha, Bagel, V-Root Cassie, Ghostly Mimic, Hank, Brogley, Quantum Sponge, Melody Huxtable, -119, and Sidev, who just became 6-month members. And now I'll fix my pronunciation of Bong Day, and Denis was glad with Hannah. And say hi to the new members, Geo2576, Boy, Kara Central, Alex Jackson, EBCDCBG, Tabby Egg, Cincinnati Bengals 100, Zane Chabak, Birdie, Stanciol420, Mantis Jew, Andrew Whitehurst, Tinkles, Argo Tamame, Bra Dis Happen, NKZT, Horse Red Biscuit, Fish Pink Radish, Dog Green Egg, Diedrich IV, David Raphael, Ed Coded, Tessie, Ascrius, Blaza 37, Yellum 54, Yosh, Space Cowgirl, Stephen Val, Alleged Cupid, Ivan the Irate, Angururus 505, Fish, Estrogen Earthquake, Leo Pack, JSJ Inc., a guy who holds a sign, Miranda's, Claudiel WPRL, Better Watch TV, I Am in Your Walls 192, Dobart 1000, Jeff Lee, Christopher Miller, Tasman Whiting, Tactical Twink, ASX, Samuel Weigert, Alkivo, Potato Works, St. Pablo, Niru Asso, Sci-Filer, Velova, Kurt Angle, Jean G. Lee, Apathine, Skittles BT, JCL, Cano, Pirazzato, Marwan, Mirror Q, Just Raff, Sam Trendy J, written by BC, Embarrassed, Better Watch TV, What is your favorite color? It depends on context, but let's say blue. Nostalgia Bobcat, Enzites, Rodgrod Medflod, and Chuck and Chandler. Next week, Big Gelatin puts a stop to the titles that end with O.
Am I crazy here?
No. You're not crazy.
Sorry, we gotta cut.
Oh God, I was so good on my mark that time. How can they cut?
Hey, keep up the good work. Hard work, looking good. Let me say that again.